Hey guys, it is your girl Dom and the beautiful Jill.
Hello, Jill's Booze Bags.
And we are here with a special Patreon episode. We know y'all really want to get to know each other. We enjoy getting to know y'all and having these conversations. Yes. It has truly been a pleasure. We appreciate all y'all, and don't forget to share, subscribe, like, sign. Well, if you hear, you clearly signed up for the Patreon, but share.
Right. But tell your friends.
Tell your friends and tell them to tell their friends, because we them bitches, like, we be with the shit.
Yeah, we them bitches, and we got the content. You know what I'm saying? The content y'all like to see. This is what we got.
We keep it. We keep it trill and real.
Right. Now we're gonna get down to the dirty.
Oh my God.
Yes. Well, we not just gonna come in with gang banging. We're here to talk about sex. Okay. But I wanted to start off. Get right to it. What makes you feel sexy?
What makes me feel sexy is, I'm gonna say, like, my confidence. My confidence exudes like sex appeal. My being Black, my color, being smart. It's just so many levels to being sexy, just outside of outward appearance. I think a lot of sexiness comes from like the inside, like I said, like confidence, the way you move, because I know, like, when I walk in the room, I know the energy shifts, and I know, like, motherfuckers is watching. Yeah, and it's like a total, like, package deal. But I think that's kind of what makes me feel sexy. Now, if you want to know the sexiest part, I think it's my eyes. It's like my legs. Like, I love having long legs. I need to get these motherfuckers in short. So
yes, you do, girl. Yeah. I say do it. Fuck that.
But yeah, what about you?
So I feel the most sexiest, like, after, this sounds crazy, but after like a long bath, like getting out, putting my lotion on, and just in that moment of sitting on my bed and just being naked, being me, like, and then, like, not just in my house, but like when I'm out, if I'm out in public, I feel sexy when I got a nice fragrance, like the typical when I'm dolled up, you know what I mean?
Right.
I just feel like, okay, I'm that bitch, like, regularly, but damn, I look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, the sexiest part, I think my lips.
Okay.
And definitely like my thigh, butt area. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get this waistline back, but I just feel like that's my go-to. That's my area.
Okay. Girl, the dress I had on last night kind of like cinched in the waist a little bit. I was like, I'm trying to give my skinny ass this hourglass little shape.
Okay.
Okay. The little fufu up in there, but it's fine. It's fine.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm like. I mean, I got a little fufu, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a little good, but even with that, like, it's still my body, and we talk about surgeries and women getting, operations, and it's like, whatever makes you feel like you can get to that point, and that's why, like, I never, like, publicly shamed women, but I always would be like, you could have did that, but it's like, no, some women don't have the curves that they want to feel sexy. So do what you gotta do, girl.
Yeah, I'm with that, but I'm like, if you're gonna do all that stuff, make sure your soul right, like, because a lot of times people be trying to do shit. Because I don't shame, like, I don't talk shit. I tell you, I said, only reason why if I make fun of it is because it's a terrible job, and I see a lot of terrible jobs out here, and I'll just be like, and it's like, it's weird, and I think that's the other thing that makes me feel sexy is that, like, we don't look like everybody else, like, I never thought, like, and I always felt that living out here, like, there's like a certain aesthetic, the Kardashian aesthetic, but
everybody looks the same.
Everybody literally looks the same lips, same outfit, same hair. Like, I was the only person in there last night with like a pixie cut. There's no pixie cuts. And I know like you girl, I was the only
When I thought about moving out there, I was literally like, I'm gonna have to cut my hair off again because I didn't want to, I was doing my hair when I was out there. And I'm like, I don't want to find a stylist, like, and I wasn't natural at the time, but I was thinking like I might have to go natural. But I'm like, if I go natural, I'm just gonna cut it off and keep it short.
Yeah.
You know, and this was before like everybody was wearing weave. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wore weave, it was because you wanted to wear it. But
yeah,
it's just like that. Living in a place like LA, when I moved there, I lost 20 pounds. Cause I was like, I'm not even big in St. Louis, but these women are real fit. I can't do it. Like,
yeah,
I know that I'm not as fit as I would like to be. And it messes with your own feeling of sexiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can be the smallest person in one area of the world. And then next thing you know, you travel somewhere else and you feel like inadequate, you know?
Yeah, no, that's hella facts, but I try to, like I said, like I told y'all, okay, so y'all look. That shit that happened, I was like, oh, I gotta get in the gym. When that nigga said, when he kind of grabbed my like, it's not the like, I wouldn't say it's necessarily the fupa, but it's like an inch between like your navel and where like the area where your hair grow on your like the
oh, that's the fupa. That's the fat upper pussy area.
Yes, yeah, okay, because I was like, it's not my vagina, but it's just like, y'all, this nigga grabbed that shit and was like, yeah, I ain't trying to don't take this the wrong way, but I like that. And I was like, yo, fat ass. No. And I'm like, I don't even know you. And I like I said, I'm here for the drinks. I'm keeping it cute. Like
right. And he straight grabbed it
like trying to dance or whatever. I'm already taller than you. Like so I was like, yeah, I'm getting my fat ass in the gym. I'm like, this is what took me over. And like I said, I'm gonna eat this piece of cake and them hot wings. But after that, I'm in the gym.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I just keep it. Like I keep it because, and I said after the show the other day, that was my last bottle of wine. Because that's what gets me. It's the wine and the champagne, and we talk about what can make us sexier. So
yeah, we trying to get sexier.
Right. Okay. Let's bring it back. So the next thing that I wanted to know about Dom was, we always talk about you pegging people, but you have not done that. And that's something that I want to dispel.
Okay.
To Patreon members.
Yes.
You have not pegged anybody.
No.
It was just a thought, a giggle, if you will.
Yes.
So what is the nastiest thing that you feel like you've ever done? Some shit that you was like, what the fuck? What am I doing?
I'm being honest, like, I like it. Listen to the last episode. I know, like, I like clearly sucking dick. Like, I enjoy it. I'll be like gargling, like I swallow cum, like I'll be gargling, I'll spit it out, spit on my titties, like I'll lick it off, like shit like that. Like, keep it, and people, like, be like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't be sucking everybody dick. I don't, I really don't. Like, I feel like that's exclusive to certain people. I gotta really fuck with you to do that. I don't just be out here sucking everybody dick. It's like, I think everybody shouldn't be out here sucking, eating everybody pussy. But yeah, like I get kind of nasty when it comes to like that area. Like y'all know I don't really do I'm not into butt play, like for me, like on me. But like I like sucking dick a lot. Like it'd be like I'm like, nigga, can I just suck a dick today and just that be it? I don't feel like fucking, like I'll suck a dick, but I'm not,
I'm the opposite, where like I definitely I love giving head, but like if I don't really feel like it, I'd be like, look, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of head, okay? But I be out, like I get into it, and then it'd be like that little bit, like now it's full on You know what I'm saying? And I'm
I be like, listen, I'm tired. Like, so that means those words mean come quick, nigga. Like, figure it out. And I'm gonna
yes,
be
like, and I don't. And men just they have this thing where like they don't want to come quick, and I'll be like, dude, I'm a quick pumper. Okay, like I'm definitely that girl that can come and like you'll be like, you came already, really? And I'll be like, I'm
oh,
good.
that's nice.
Yeah, like because it, especially if I'm into the person, like we could be having foreplay, and I'd be like, you know, all into it, legit. So, you know, so it's with me. I think the nastiest thing that I've probably done was fucking on that balcony, because that was a
You be having balcony sex?
well, we when we just went to Puerto Rico, yeah, like and it didn't feel sturdy. So like we just did a little bit on there just to get it out the way.
Okay.
But like I was, oh boy, you know, did you see my close friends?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's a big dude, like, and I'm not small, but I'm just like this little rickety thing. Like it wasn't like a cement, it was a cement balcony, like the ground was, but like the railing was just I'm like, too many hard thrusts and I'm going off the 7th floor. Like, and really I think it was the 9th floor. Yeah, I'm definitely, yeah.
I have a balcony and I have not had balcony sex. Like I'm surprised I have not had balcony sex. I'm gonna have to make that a thing, like make that happen.
Yes.
I will say I have like had sex in public places, but not a balcony. Yeah. I'm look, I'm not using my balcony enough. But it like LA be low key, it's hella dusty. And I'm like, look, sometimes I ain't trying to shower right away. I'm trying to lay down, but now I gotta shower because it's dust everywhere, all over our bodies. So
yes. Yes. So I think one other thing that I got all the questions, but
I'm here for it because I'm just like, let's just have a conversation and talk.
Right. Like the craziest thing for me about sex is the whole, like how people feel like you mentioned something like you can't suck everybody's dick, you can't eat everybody out. One thing that I will say, I feel like it's the same thing to me. Like I have a friend who she doesn't think sucking dick is as bad as fucking. So she'll like suck a guy's dick, but she worries about like her numbers, like her count. And I'm just like, well, that's goofy to worry about your count anyway. But like sucking dick, like I'm with you on that. Like I take pride in it because it's a thing I like to do. So I don't like just sucking anybody's dick because I feel like, nah, nigga, like we're not there. Like, and then in some aspects, yes, it's a part of sex, but I feel like it's a part of sex with a certain person that I want to be with, you know?
Yeah.
And so, but I don't like the connotation like that she's perpetuating, like, oh, you know, you can, you know, I can suck dick, but I can't have sex. And it's like, to me, you're still sharing a part of yourself with somebody. Like so many people put that stigma on.
You still fuck them. It's a mouth fuck, but
a mouth fuck.
Just being real, like to me, it's just like there's some sort of intimacy with that, and I don't feel like everybody is deserving of that. And I know that sounds like you said, like hella fucking weird, like because it's still some form of sex, but it's like. And low-key, I feel like allowing like I understand it now as an adult and because like more in tune with myself. Like everybody honestly like not deserving to like of you, period. Just because like I think about energies and like energy transferring and people, you know, being in dark spaces and them transferring that shit to you and you all fucked up. I believe that I've experienced that is real. And but I'm just saying, like, sometimes like, like a quick fuck, like I know going in it's like intimate, but it's just like, but I'm not. They're like, so you gonna fuck somebody, but you're not gonna suck his dick? Yeah, like, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because
like
like,
it's not.
because sometimes sex to me isn't. See, I disagree. Like, I'm not really into like like I'm into energies if I fuck with you. I'm
Yeah,
not into like energies like the soul ties thing. Because like if somebody has a bad spirit, to me, I just don't deal with you. And
yeah.
I feel like I've had bad spirits with people that I haven't fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
I
a
might have
high
had a
impact
salty.
person. I'm a high impact person. So like
Yeah.
even sometimes like I don't allow people to even like always hug me because I can sense stuff
Mhm.
and pick up on stuff like right away for the most part. I'm like, ooh, like their energy, like their vibe is a little off. But sometimes
Mhm.
people, especially when it comes to men, like men don't really disclose like a lot of the personal things that they go through. And you
Mhm.
just be like, what the fuck? And then and you're like, nigga, like,
Yeah.
like what
Like
happened?
I had a
So
guy.
I feel like that happens, but like sometimes, like men sometimes are really good at masking that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Because
that
I
be
had a
my
guy.
concern. But like I'm with you on that. Like if you meet a guy and like sometimes and it's just like nah, like yeah, you fine, but you something off. So I'm not going
Yeah.
to like entertain that. It's like, oh, I'm still fucking him, but he fine. But and then
And
nah.
see, I ain't no real big like that's why the sex that I have had, it's been with people that I've had like energy with. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like we've had
yeah,
good energy because I don't, some people are fine to me. Like my guy now, he's fine to me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and he just turns me on. Can I say that every guy that has come into my life has turned me on? And we
Mm,
don't have sex.
yeah.
You know, it's
And,
something
and
about
that's
you.
just the real thing too, because like you said something very valid about like if you don't turn me on, I'm not fucking you. And it's the same thing for men, because men like there's that huge great area like or that debate that always happens like
Mhm.
men and women cannot be friends. And it's just like absolutely we can, like everything isn't
Yeah.
always sexual between us. Like I have some friends that
Yeah.
are very attractive and it's
Mhm.
never once made my pussy pulsate like ooh ever.
Yeah. Cause like, I mean, cause I always think of like my male best friends. Like they're not ugly guys, they're handsome guys, but I just know them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and it's like, and I'll do it for me.
ew. Yeah, like I could not. Like and I sent my one friend a meme that was like, dudes be jealous of y'all friendship, but you really know her, and I feel sorry for you, bro. Please leave her. And it was just funny because it's like, you know these people, and even like in case in point, when you're in a relationship and you know it's about to be over, and you're like, this person, you think they're horrible, you don't like them.
Yeah,
This is at that point where you like, I will never touch you again
yeah,
because you just disgust me. And there's nothing that, and I think about that, like, you know, with RJ's dad, I'd be like, I don't see it. I think about it because it's like my feelings have not changed.
yeah.
Because so many people will tell you like, well, y'all will get back together or this or that, and da da da. And I just be like, 4 years later, no. Like,
It, and people, I've been in a situation like that, and it's just like people like, well, at some point, and I'm like, no. I'm like, because you see things when you really spend time with people over the course of time, or you know, you really see like their behaviors and like their I'm not gonna say mature, maturity levels. I'm gonna say immaturity levels.
yeah.
A lot of time and it's just like I don't ever want to find myself in a space where I'm like, I feel like I am your mom and that I'm like
Mhm.
having to like coach you through shit and it's one thing to be supportive of somebody, but it's not my job to hold your hand and say, all right, well, come along, like do this, I don't believe in that.
Right. And I also I just don't feel like and I think about that with sex too. Like, I don't feel like I should have to tell you too much or do too much because, how do I say it? Like, okay, so I don't feel like I should have to do too much because these people are not, I feel like you can, if the person you like them enough, they're not doing what you want them to do, yes, say something. But I've had encounters with people just naturally reacted to my body. I reacted to theirs. Like, I was dealing with a guy and he wanted me to suck his dick and he wanted me to like do all of this, all of that stuff. That's cool.
Like you stole the gang signs.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But you fuck with somebody else and they don't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it was just frustrating for me because it's like, I don't even like you enough to give you, you want to give me all of these, do this and do that, and where the next motherfucker, they not telling me these things. Like, they're just naturally fine with the way. Yeah. Right. And I know that they're fine with it because they want me to do it again. And, they're not giving me instructions because they're too any. Right. And so I'm like, I definitely, am okay with, critiques, but at the same time, it's like, nigga, you blowing the mood. Like, and this is something that I actually like doing and you making me feel like this is just too much. So yeah, I'm big into vibes and, people reading their bodies,
Sometimes I fuck with you on that, like, but I think also too, sometimes it's like you said, like, don't fuck me like that, fuck me like this, like Meg said.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do have to tell people because like men, my homegirl Kendra actually just said this on Whiskey Sour, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to that too. But was saying like how a lot of times men don't think about the pleasure that women, how sex is really like a two-way street because like we're not really taught that. So you really kind of do have to have that conversation sometimes because I've been in awkward situations, a lot of awkward ass situations during sex. I tell people if I don't come, it don't count. Half of you niggas, sorry. And people are like, well, you should be able to, do. I said, well, I'm at the point now where I know my body. I know how I am during sex. And depending on like the foreplay level, I like a lot of foreplay, like making out, kissing. I like niggas to talk dirty to me. I like niggas when they say my name. Like, I like stuff like that. And depending on the level of arousal prior to like the actual penetration, that kind of navigates and narrates like how I'm gonna respond. But also I like toys, like, like pains, vibrators, all of that stuff. But I feel like men get intimidated by that, but it's like women taking control over their sexuality and making sure that we receive all the pleasure that we need from that too. So, hey, so y'all talking about you should know, well, yeah, here I am. I'm with a vibrator, and that's nothing against you. I'm also not trying to be fucking for 5 hours because I know my body, and I'll be like, I'm at the tip, and my body be like, still playing with me. I say, no, bitch, come on, work with me. I'm not trying to think about it. Just I'm sleepy.
Bruh, body be tired. And like, that's just one thing that like, I'm very surprised at with myself because I told y'all a long time ago, I should have been pregnant because me and this man be getting it popping. But
low key you're using the rhythm method and don't know.
Man, but I've been like in the other relationships, and when you're happy, you can fuck all the time.
Yeah.
When you're sad and depressed, worried about money, and you just got a bunch of things that are going on with you, it's hard. Like, I
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
be, and I'm the type that'll resent somebody if I have sex with you, or I'm like in a relationship with you and things aren't necessarily, how do I say it? Like they're not bad, but you know, they're not good. And it's
Yeah.
like, if I'm not right, I can't get there. You
Yeah.
know, and if I'm tired and stressed out and sleeping patterns messed up, I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna choose me. And that's the part where, like, I think that translates to some men that, like, I don't fuck with you, or, you know, I'm sleeping with somebody else. And it's like, that's not really the thing. It's more so, I just don't, I'm not vibing with you because I got other shit going on in life.
Right. No, that's true.
And depending on your response to that other shit going on in my life, you gonna get moved down the totem pole until I get this other shit figured out. So yeah, I'm over 30. You know what I mean? So it's like, the older I get, the more I just be like wanting to hunch all the time. Like, this is amazing, but it's also like, bitch, you know?
I was just talking to my homegirl and I was just like, you know, this, like, and you know, because women's sex drive is like oddly, like it increases like crazy. And where men, like, you know, are like starting to plateau a little bit. But I feel like I was like, man, getting dick on a consistent basis should not be this complicated. Like, you're in a full relationship. My life be complex, but I'm like, dog, like, why is it so hard to get, like, and I know niggas be busy, niggas be on the grind, and like, and I'm not trying to be a distraction, and I would never not tell somebody to get some money because I'm trying to get some out, you know, be in my bag and get in my bag. But I'm like, God damn, I be horny. I was horny this morning. I'm like, damn, it's nobody here. Let me just go to work. Do. I be horny all the time, Jill. I think about sex like a lot of times during my day.
Girl, you better get the Clipmaster 3000. I don't even remember the real name.
Look, I'm about to start, like, if I'm in the office, it's one thing to work from home and I'm horny and I can watch a video real quick while I'm working. But yo, like, it's in times like, I'm like, I need to get something small and I can go to my car on lunch and get it off, because I'm just like, horny all the time. I want to fuck all the time. So
yeah. You got tinted windows?
Nah. I need to get that taken care of. Like, but, or I mean, shit, even in the bathroom, like, we got a bathroom, like one of the bathrooms that I always tell you about, like, this bitch keep walking past my office, not cleaning this fucking bathroom or taking out my trash. But it's a bathroom, it's just like one, you know, like the one big space. I just turn the movie on, you know, turn the vibrator on, low, video, mute, you know, get this off and just, whoo, child, now I can work right.
So, speaking of toys and vibrating and things, do you feel like, do we talk about girl on girl on the show? Like, do we? Okay, so I watch girl on girl porn, but I don't, and I've talked to Jerry, like, we should add somebody, but I talk that shit, but I don't really want, like, I don't want it. Like, I can go to a strip club, I can, you know, slap ass and all that stuff like that. But then when it gets down to it, I'm be like, bitch, get your ass out this room. Like, who you fucking? Who you think you finna fucking here? Not me.
We've never talked about it on the show for real. But I watch girl on girl porn as well. Like, the shit is hot. Like, you know, it's dope. Like, it's like women being comfortable. And I know they're doing this for a paycheck, so this is just acting.
Right.
But you know,
unless it's amateur, but yeah.
But I wouldn't be opposed to a threesome. Now, I think it's easier to have a threesome as a woman with two men because I feel like it's safer in so many ways. I don't have time for niggas to be stopping, changing condoms, fucking me, fucking another bitch. Doing all this stuff. And I feel like that's just hella remedial to me. Elementary niggas always see, and that's the thing too. I ain't gonna read you niggas for filth today, because y'all always think, oh, y'all are hypersexual, y'all all this stuff. But no, y'all sexuality ends at, you know, where it's two women fucking each other. It's nothing bigger than that. Like, and that's all I was like, let's give me a threesome, let's do this. Da, 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 da. You can go have a threesome, go do that shit with somebody else. Because I feel like shit like that should not be planned. I feel like it has to be so
dumb. And I think I walked into a threesome, but because this nigga's dick was like the size of my pinky finger, hard, I was like, no. Because I think I think he wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he wanted it, but I was like, no, I got my little room service and I packed my items up and I left. And the girl was like coming in as I was packing my things up. And I'm like, you ain't have enough dick for me. Who you thought? You didn't bring enough dick to the table. You didn't bring enough dick to the party. So no, hell no.
It's weird because I feel like low key, I get approached about like threesomes all the time. So I'm like, do I give off threesome energy? Like, I'm so confused.
You're just a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you, friend. Thank you, cousin.
That's what it is, I think.
But it's just like, and I just be so confused. I'm like, hello, it's nice to meet you. Like, that's
we were at the bar.
We were no hello. Like, you want to fuck me and my wife? No. and you know, I had a coworker approach me about this, and I told him that I was like, "Oh, you got to pay for that." I was like, he was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm a female. Like, pussy don't come cheap. Like, and especially not this pussy." And it wasn't like I was on a prostitution type shit. I was like, "Nah, like, nigga, like, I'm not. Make it worth my while. You know what I mean?" But then that's right. I end up begging.
Make it worth my while.
Look. But I've never, I feel like I've been in a situation where it could have happened. Oh
yeah, no. I'm back.
I've been in a situation where it probably could have happened, but the dude was too drunk and slow to realize like the tone and the messages. So yeah, I think that's what that was. But you know, I feel like especially like you having a night out, you with your dude, especially possibly like in another country, you already sunset the sand and that shit happened.
But see, so it came up and we laughed about it, and that's when I kind of came to the realization, like, bitch, this could happen now, but you like. And maybe if I saw somebody that I was just like, oh, she's gorgeous, or she has a nice body, you know what I'm saying? Or something that'll arouse me, then I would be like, game. But it's just like, I guess this situation never happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I'm like, that's what, and I'm like, the only bitch that will ever arouse me is fucking Rihanna, okay? Everybody else, that's no diss to nobody else, but like, you know, it be people do less
you know what? Rihanna, this we're gonna do. Rihanna, Tiana Taylor for me.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, she's sexy as fuck. And she gives like big dick energy. You know what I'm saying? And who else? Yeah, those are two that I just can off the top of my head. Beyonce's not sexy to me. Like, I know people.
I'm sorry, you're going out?
Hello?
I can't hear you.
She takes sexy pictures, but like, you know how Rihanna just has a sexy. Quit playing, man.
I lost my connection.
You full of shit, dog.
Look, okay.
You gotta follow me. She doesn't like Rihanna exudes, and maybe she doesn't exude as much sexiness as, you know, a Rihanna. But no, like she doesn't give me that. Like, she takes sexy pictures. She looks sexy on pictures, but I don't know. Like, I don't feel
You're
it.
mom shaming. You're saying she's not sexy because she's a mom.
So what's funny about that is I feel like she wasn't really sexy before them kids either. Like, I feel like she's sexier now.
I don't know. Like,
Because she got a soft looking, nice body. And that's definitely work.
Not a soft body. I love
like before, she was all cut and curvy. Like, yeah, that's cute, but
no, I like mom bod Beyonce. Like,
yeah, like
in and the ass be assing. It just, for me, I think it's just like the whole thing with Beyonce, like, like being able to sing, you dance, you just be putting on these shows, and it's just like the whole like allure of it all. Like, I think that's what it is, because I think she's hella, like I said, I think she's really pretty. I think she's beautiful.
Yes.
There's different levels to sexiness, because it's like it's like she's sexy, but it's like Rihanna's sexy. Like,
like that's why I'm like, Tiana Taylor really kind of looks like a boot. You know what I'm saying? But
no. We're not gonna do that.
She does look like a boot. But she like is still sexy, like she's still pretty in her way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the features. She's got strong features, but she's still a cute girl and she's still sexy. That like it's just something about her. And that's what I think it is. It's just something about these women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's real. That's hella real. I don't know. Like, I just think, like, when you in the mood, like, things happen. Because it's kind of like you said, you got to kind of be feeling the vibe. Like, you might be out and you might see a nigga and you like, oh, like, and he giving you the eye too. And it's just like, but I've never really been outside of that one situation, and that would have went down with somebody that I like knew. Like, I knew everybody. They didn't know each other, but I never really been in a situation, and I'm just like, and then even when like threesomes like were presented to me, or like this the girl, and I'm like, no. Like, if I was no, and that's no diss to her. Like, that's just not. If I was fucking a chick, like, it wouldn't. So
it wouldn't be you.
It wouldn't be her. And he was like, "Well, she thinks that you're sexy." I said, "Well, thanks, thanks." She looked like my cousin, and that's no diss to my cousin either. But I don't want to fuck my cousin.
Yeah, like I'm good.
So
what else? I mean, I think like. That's all I had. I just wanted to get those out there because we've always alluded to certain things on the show. And then people like, oh, we'll talk about that later. Oh, we never really got to get to the meat of it,
I feel like outside of y'all cracking, jokes on me, wanting to peg a nigga, like, we don't really talk about sex to that capacity on the show, though. Like, we haven't built that episode out, which I think would be really interesting and fun. So many levels, but I still feel like, to a certain extent, because it's still so public, people are gonna want to be censored, which is okay.
Well, that's what we can do. That's what we'll do. We'll do an exclusive series on sex on the Patreon.
Yeah, no, that'll definitely be fun. Sex month, our do's and don'ts. Fuck me like that, fuck me like this. Don't fuck me like that. No. Because it's so many layers to sex.
Yes.
And like intimacy and things like that. Like, I feel like I'm kind of in a space where like being older, I'm like, damn, never thought I'd say this, but I like crave intimacy, like touch and just be laying up on a nigga.
That was gonna be one of my questions too. Yeah, it wasn't an outline question, but it was, you had mentioned intimacy. And what does that look like to you?
You nosy. No. For real, like, I like being able to have like amazing like conversations. I'm big on touch now. I used to be like, all right, you could go home. But I think it would be nice. Like, I like just being, like us even watching a show, talking about like random things, or like I've had so many deep conversations with men. I've always been like that though, like like a sapiosexual, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
a nigga get in my head, like because we have such amazing conversations. I love that, because like I feel like kind of you still you when you think somebody, and then you ask that right question, and there's another layer to this person. And
Yeah.
that's the cool thing about relationships, like whether it even be like a friendship with a person, and then you just everything is like an onion, it's like all these added layers, and I enjoy that, and figuring out things about the person that I'm dealing with. And
Right.
I just be like, come over, I just want to lay on you, I just want to cuddle.
Yeah, that's what
I
I've said that like plenty of times during our relationships. And he said the same thing too. Like,
yeah.
let's just lay here, let's just cuddle. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to hold you. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, thank you, because I'm on my rag and I don't feel like doing anything. Because it's like that, it's that point where like, I'm like, take your pants off. If you can walk through mud, you can fuck through blood. And then there's points where I'm like, don't touch me, don't ask me for head, don't even look at me like a piece of meat.
Yeah.
No.
That's so interesting. I'm so horny on my cycle.
I am too, but it's like in the beginning, I'm not. And I mean at the beginning, like them first 2 days.
Girl, it's like I know it's coming because I'm like extra horny even leading up to it. And then on girl, my body
just I'm this.
So I have a question for you though. We talk about the difference between RJ's dad and Thrifty Nickel, as we like to call, as you like to call him now that we call him.
Right.
Like, and I know that you can't compare and contrast relationships, but what is
you do?
You can, but it's just like I don't want to be in the space of like, well, this person's doing this to me and this person treats me like this now. I would say, what is one thing that you have evolved and learned about yourself that has helped you maybe be more vocal about what it is that you need and how you deserve to be loved in this relationship?
I think
that's what I was trying. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, this relationship is so different because I had a little quick relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody knew about it except like my close friends. Nobody even like social media didn't really know. And that relationship kind of helped me be more vocal when I didn't like things. Because the thing with RJ's dad, and I tell Thrifty Nickel this all the time, we just kind of vibed on like bullshit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like going out, hanging out, doing this, doing that, So it was like, and it wasn't even like a friendship kind of thing because we just dated. And then boom, we're in a relationship. And this was the only person that I was dating at the time. And so that's why it's important to me to keep dating throughout my relationship, because, and I was just telling somebody this, I met Thrifty Nickel at a point where I wasn't working at Helium as much. So he was spoiled. I had a lot of free time and, it wasn't quarantine. The world had opened up a little bit, but we were able to do some stuff. Then, RJ wasn't at home with me all the time. So it's like, I was more available. And it's like, once I started like working a lot at Helium, we had already had that foundation. So it was easy for me to kind of be like, okay, I'm working a lot, or I'm going to take some time off so we could do this. It was just easy, And so I was telling him how when RJ's dad when I was pregnant, it was hard because I didn't want to nag him, but I did him a disservice by not letting him know like, hey, I don't like this. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I was too tired. I was worried about this baby. And keeping it. I didn't want to stress out about stuff. Like, so a lot of things I just thought he would naturally do, and he didn't do it. So now when somebody does something even when I'm dating somebody, I'm letting them know out the gate, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it. And if they not cool with not doing it or we can't come to a compromise, I'm fine with letting you go.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Because a lot of times what a lot of men don't understand is women over 30, we get to a point where we don't give a fuck. Okay? Like, we don't, I mean, you can attest to that. Like, we don't give a fuck about nothing. So if we're not happy, you can go. Like, and that's one thing that I had to learn. Like, I had to learn, like, I'm in control of my happiness. Can't nobody else make me happy.
Yep. Yeah.
And I think that was the main thing. Like, I was looking for somebody to change something based on my expectations and my happiness. That man was out living his life. And he was happy. And being in the streets, and I'm at home with a newborn, upset and sad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's the reason why I was like, a motherfucker can't expect you to have sex with them and you like low-key resent them.
Yeah.
You know, because that was the situation. But I definitely think that for me, I think that my new relationship is going so well because I had to do that work.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I had to do that work. And that's one thing, that's why I asked about intimacy, because as much sex as we have, we don't, you know, we're always not just humping on each other. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because yes, I enjoy it, but at the same time, like, we just like being around each other. And when you don't have that in previous relationships, it speaks volumes and you just crave it. You want it. You know?
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I feel like I'm in that space. And it's just like kind of hard. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. Cause like for you, like you said, like y'all spent a lot of time together. And when I was like dating this like person, I spent so much time with them. And then there was like this shift, and then I didn't like, and I had just like lost my job. So I had like a little, you know, I had more free time, but then I also had like a lot of things like going on in my mind, like, you know, beating up on myself a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, him like making career shifts. And I just feel like, I miss those old days where we like hang out in the middle of the day randomly or go to the gym or things like that, little stuff like that. But, you know, I'm trying to navigate because I know I can't have it all, but I know at some point, like we all are really trying to like push through and grind it out. But yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to continuing to like get to know all of y'all like on like a super, you know, like and I say intimate level, but yeah, this is intimate. Like, you know, even this conversation between us. So
and that's one thing that I like. That's why I said like I want to do this again with like the other girls, or just like bringing, you know, just maybe us again or whatever, see what, you know, they're on. But it's like we could talk about sex, but I want to talk about like the intimacy, like, you know, we can do a while. We definitely were talking about threesomes on this motherfucker, but
yeah,
it's just, I want to delve into more of the conversations. So, and because the thing is, like, I want to do it for our Patreon people because I know these people are paying for the content. I know that they care about us and they want to see us succeed, where I don't necessarily want to dedicate a show to it because honestly, you're not finna get all my tips and tricks for motherfucking free. So
hello.
You ain't finna get in my drawers.
Yeah, no, and it's like, you know, we can joke about stuff on there. We do, because like they probably low-key think I'm the freak. Oh, she likes sucking dick, she want a pig. I'm like,
they probably think I'm a closet freak because I'd be like,
girl, I'm gonna send y'all this quiz. That's an extra Patreon episode, right?
Yes, that's the next show, y'all. Yes, we doing the quiz.
Yeah, we're gonna do the quiz. We're gonna give y'all bonus content. And you know what? What we're gonna start doing is this. I feel like it's a good idea to get more engagement on our Patreon as well. Like, we can show clips only available on our Patreon. Like we'll have like a short clip, maybe, sound bite, but that'll be dope. But yeah, we gonna take this quiz and we gonna share our answers with y'all. And you gonna learn a little bit about us in that way too, because then it'll be stuff in here that you'll answer and you'll be like, whoa, like I never thought, like, why is it saying that I'm like, a dom, or why am I like submissive in this area, things like that. It was like something else. I was like, huh. But then I was like, yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Read me then, huh? Well, that's all we got.
Literally.
Yes. Stay tuned for more of this series. Me and Dom busting it open, talking about sex, and yes.
Well, thank you.
Yes, and make sure y'all tell y'all friends.
Right. Tell a friend to tell a friend. So we will see y'all next time.
Bye.